We, of course, are known as Vacationland for good reason. That's because we're a destination state for many across the country and abroad, with tourists flocking for our picturesque coastal towns, seafood, and our, of course, fall colors. And now the Michelin Guide has picked out 8 hotels in Maine for a special honor.
A Michelin Key recognizes excellence across the board, including quality of service, character, value, and contribution for the guest experience. Among the 8 hotels to be chosen is Camden Harbour Inn in Camden. Joining us now to talk about this award is the inn's co-owner, Raymond Brunyanscki. Thank you for joining us today here on Arc Maine, Raymond.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey, let's first of all talk about to receive something like this. First of all of us, when this first came out, was like years ago. I remember when I heard about the Michelin Awards, oh, right. Wait a minute. It's the same name as the tire company? No, it's through the tire company.
Exactly.
Yes, and talk about what an honor this is to get something like this. It really brings a lot of attention, not just to your place, but really Maine in general.
Right. It's a super honor. It's Michelin is famous for their restaurant ratings, 1, 2, and 3 stars. In the past, they did rate hotels as well in their Michelin guides. They stopped for many years, and now they're back doing it. And we're super honored to be among the first to receive a 1 key rating from Michelin.
When did you first hear about this?
3 weeks ago.
Okay,
quite we were recent. Informed. Yeah, I wasn't even aware that they were rating again. And for years I'm already saying that Michelin should come to New England and start rating restaurants, because we have such a beautiful culinary landscape in New England, and with Boston as an entry point. So I was surprised to see that they did start rating the hotels as a new feature for their Michelin Guide. And of course we were super happy to hear that we were part of it.
Yeah, what does this mean for notoriety for your place? And you know, for people looking for a place to stay, your place is already fantastic, but this adds like another level to it, right?
Right. I mean, it's basically another organization that is very much admired in the industry, saying that we're doing a good job. And it's easy to say that for myself, but you know, then I'm super biased if I say that. So it's nice if other authorities are saying that as well. And Michelin is very important. Michelin is since 2000 in the United States rating. And is gaining more and more ground, and is more and more respected in the United States as a organization that knows what it's talking about.
Well, do you mind telling me what you think are the key features that stand out at the inn?
I think it's the most important thing. It's all about hospitality. We have a large team of 60 staff members taking care of 20 guest rooms and a villa and a restaurant, fine dining restaurant. So the attention to detail and the personalized service or hospitality that we offer is really key. Of course, we have a beautiful 1874 building, historical. We completely renovated it top to bottom. This year we also changed the lounge into a candy lounge, which is more like a cocktail lounge now, with a candy shop in it as well.
Yum.
So there's a lot of things that we do, a lot of amenities, and hospitality is like fashion. It's constantly changing, and there are trends, and you're trying to constantly accommodate what people want. People change all the time, and I think we're trying to do that, and we're trying to constantly reinvent ourselves a little bit, and that's apparently highly appreciated by Michelin as well.
It's great to get the awards from some of these organizations, but I'm sure the one you like most of all is from your customers, from the people that stay there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Our guests are so important to us, as is our team. I mean, we cannot provide the service and the vision that we have without a team that is highly motivated and willing to follow the vision that we have for the hotel and the restaurant. We're as good as our last service, and we hope that we can always convince our guests. The people are really looking up to us, and they have a high expectation when they come in. So it's hard work, and with this Michelin Key, it's probably even more stressful.
When you look at your guest list, do you think it's a lot of people from around the country? Do you think Mainers are visiting as well? Yeah,
it's a good question. It changes. I mean, if we look in the summer, we see people coming all along the East Coast, all the way to Florida. It's too warm there, so it's hurricane season, so they want to be here. But as we're now turning into winter again, we see more Maine people coming in, and the Boston area. within driving distance. I mean, you never know what the weather is.
Weekend trip.
Yeah, weekend trip. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know, we were just talking about during commercial break how much, like, both of us love Camden.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about what a great destination, just in general, no matter where you stay, the Camden is for so many people, whether you're from across the pond or across the country or down the street.
Right, well, it's true. I mean, I moved here 19 years ago from the Netherlands, and in 2003 I did my first vacation during the fall season. And I remember we didn't even stop in Camden. We drove from Portland to Bar Harbor, and we drove to Camden, and I saw a sign like to the Snow Bowl, the skiing area, and I saw the ocean, and I saw mountains and trees, and there's so much, and I'm like, everything is here. It's like, this is like the perfect little town, and it's year round, and it is beautiful.
Well, we are taking a live look right now at our kitchen set where Gwen from the Inn's critically recognized restaurant, Natalie's, is preparing some breakfast treats for us this morning. What? Well, you can tell us about Natalie's a little bit.
Yeah, Natalie's is our restaurant. It's a beautiful fine dining restaurant. We have our own vegetable gardens. We offer a lot of local sourced ingredients.
Wow.
We call it modern Maine cuisine. We have changing menus, we follow the seasons, we have tasting menus, and I think we're the first and one of the only still that offers a 5-course lobster menu, more important today than it's ever been to support the lobster industry in Maine.
And you have a breakfast treat for us this morning. I'm looking over it right now. Boy, yummy.
Yeah, I didn't eat yet, so.
And there you go, we have sticky buns. And by the way, where can people find your restaurant and hotel? Whereabouts are you located and what's the website?
So we're on Bayview Street, which is across the yacht club, near the harbor, overlooking the harbor and the bay. And website is camdenharbourinn.com, and you find our restaurant there as well.
Love it, Raymond. Thanks so much for joining us today on our
Thank you.
Well, back with the Harbour Inn, we talked about, of course, getting the great honor with the Michelin Award when it comes to the hotel, but they have a great restaurant called Natalie's. And joining us right now, along with Raymond Brunyanscki, is also, we have Gwen Frechette, who is the chef there, and oh, she's cooking up a sweet dish.
It looks very fall-esque, Gwen, is that right?
Yeah, so we took a classic sticky bun and we made it a little bit more fall by adding some orange zest, some cranberry, and I used walnuts instead of pecans.
So when you do a sticky bun, it looks like almost like a cake or whatever. So they're all connected. You just pull them apart, or you cut them into pieces, or what? I've always seen a sticky bun like this.
Have you had a sticky bun?
Oh yeah. Oh, you kidding me?
It was so good.
Oh, I've had tons of sticky buns and cinnamon rolls. Oh yeah.
You can do it either way. I like to do it this way because it's more of like a compact kind of design, and I feel it's cuter. Or you can do it in a muffin pan if you prefer an individual.
So what's the first step here? I'm curious.
So we're going to start by mixing our caramel. And this caramel is very simple. It's just made with maple syrup, cream, brown sugar, and butter. And we're just going to mix in our walnuts.
So already incorporating that fall-like feel with the
Yes.
maple syrup there.
Yes, always maple. I feel like maple makes everything better.
Yum.
I was
Well, of
raised
course.
in New England, so, you know, a little rivalries.
Yeah,
about
and while
who's
you mix
maple.
and while you mix this up, let's talk about Natalie's. What makes
Yes.
this so special?
So Natalie's is special in a lot of ways. We just actually got a new recognition, our Michelin Key for the hotel, and Natalie's, of course, is a big part of the hotel. And we kind of get to play around with seasonal flavors. We're actually switching to our fall menu soon, so you'll be able to see those new dishes.
How big is your team, and what are they? I know you said you switched over to your fall menu, but
Yeah, so our
coming
team,
up with ideas, right?
Our team, we're actually really lucky. We get to work with a lot of international students from around the world, so we get to see people from all different walks of life.
And Raymond, of course, you're here. Let's talk about what this makes the full experience having a
Right.
great restaurant, right?
Right. Yeah, it's very important to our guests, not only for dinner but also for breakfast. We serve breakfast at Natalie's. It's included in the stay, and it is an a la carte breakfast like we do fine dining with a amuse-bouche to start with. There's a small buffet with extra things that people can grab, but the whole dining experience is highly important to the stay of our guests. And we also see that guests who dine with us and usually stay 2 nights have a better experience than when they don't dine with us.
Do you have a favorite thing on the menu for breakfast?
For breakfast, well, yeah, we have lobster eggs Benedict.
Oh, of course.
I've already like 17 years on breakfast, and yeah, that's my favorite.
Never gets old, huh?
No, never.
It never gets old.
All right, so Gwen, all right, we got the, of course, maple done right here. Now, what'd you do? It looks like you're almost making a pizza crust almost.
Is it like a dough? Like
It is
a pizza dough?
It's an enriched dough, so it's just a basic dough. It's just flour, butter, and it has a lot of cream
And I see cranberries in there,
yes, so
right?
I chopped some dried cranberries in the same orange zest just to get those same flavors into it. I just rolled it a little bit lightly, and we're going to mix the filling. It's just butter, sugar, and cinnamon.
Okay.
And we just
I have
mix
those
this.
ingredients.
There you go.
Yes.
So Stephanie's making some tomorrow morning. How's
I
that
think
sound?
so.
So it's very easy. It's stuff you already have at home mostly. Maybe get walnuts at the grocery store. But it's an easy make ahead the night before and just pop in the fridge to proof.
Yeah.
And now you have cold butter right now, it looks like, or is it supposed to be
A
room
little
temp?
softer,
Or okay,
be a
okay.
little easier to mix for sure. So for this, we'll just kind of, give it a little squish.
So is this
But-
cinnamon and sugar in this or what?
Yeah, so cinnamon, sugar, it's a lot of butter, a lot of cinnamon,
Yeah.
a lot of sugar.
A
All the
lot of
good
butter
things.
and sugar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like a
So-
sinful dish, right?
Yes. Yeah, ideally be a little warmer, a little easier to mix in.
You're doing a great job there.
Thank you.
The fall menu, Raymond, if you want to speak to this, is there anything else that guests can expect, like other than the sticky buns?
Well, sticky buns will probably be for breakfast, but for our dinner menu, we are thinking. I think we launched the fall menu in 2 weeks from now.
Oh, okay, so hold on.
We have like an end of summer, beginning of fall menu right now, but it will definitely have all the flavors that you expect with fall, pumpkin and all the spices, and we have our 6 and 7 course tastings that are chef surprises that changes
Sounds
almost daily. So
All right, so we got a minute left to make it. So what do we got? What do we pull out right here that looks delicious? What
This is
that?
actually the same mix, just
It's the same
up.
mix. All right,
Yeah,
so now we're
just
putting it
mix.
on there. Okay.
we'll
So
do just a little bit of movie magic for
there you go, movie
know?
magic for television, right?
Yes.
So you just spread that out right in
Yeah.
right in the middle of that, huh?
So we'll spread it out, just a little up to the edges. You want to leave a little bit just so it doesn't squish out.
What
as
do you put the
roll.
oven to bake this?
350.
350,
So
all right.
preheat 350, and then it takes about 30, 35 minutes in the oven.
Okay.
You're looking for golden brown. If you have a meat thermometer at home, you want 195 to 200 Fahrenheit.
And the toppings, is it walnuts? Is that correct? Could you do other nuts on there?
Yes. So
Okay.
traditionally, sticky buns are made with pecans.
Oh, yes.
I just changed it to walnuts because I feel it goes better with the cranberry and the orange for that fall kind of flavor. You can also do no nuts if there's an allergy.
Good to know.
All right, so you got this in there. So what happens next? You put it on top of the dish?
So next, we just roll it.
Roll it up, okay.
So almost like you make a cinnamon roll.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
So you're rolling tightly towards yourself. I find easier, just like this.
Nice.
I just kind of square out the edges.
Now, if I would try to cut that, I feel like I would destroy it.
No, it's actually very easy.
Okay.
It's pretty sturdy. It's pretty chilled.
Okay.
I like to cut it into about 8 pieces. Now, if you're serving kids, you can go longer, thinner, and cut into smaller pieces.
Okay, wonderful.
That way you get more
All right.
portions.
And what's the last step here we need to do? Put it into the dish?
Yes. So we're just going to cut it, and then you do pretty side
Oh, there you
down.
go.
Pretty side.
There's always a pretty side.
Yeah, and just set it right on top of that delicious, delicious concoction you have on the bottom right
Yes.
there. And it comes out like this, voila, with the sticky buns. Yeah, well, it's just called sticky buns on the menu, or do you have a fancy name for it?
They're just sticky buns. This
Sticky
is a
buns.
pastry that we
Keep it
keep
simple.
on the buffet line, so you can just kind of grab
Love
for
it.
yourself.
All right, look at this right here. Look how delicious this looks. I'm
Wanna
put
take a
this
bite,
right
Jeff?
there for a home. Oh man, doesn't that look good? Yum-y. So, I mean, I seriously could probably eat the whole thing right now.
I recommend it.
All right, for any details about what's on your menu and everything, what's the website for Natalie's?
Good question.
If you go to Camden Harbour Inn restaurant, you can get to the Natalie's page, but there's also Natalie's restaurant.
yeah, nataliesrestaurant.com or camdenharbourinn.com. Both will lead you to the same delicious place.
Gwen, Raymond, thank you so
Thank-
much for joining us, showing us how to
Thank
make
you.
this.
Thank you for having us.
Everyone, tomorrow's meal
That's
right here.
I'm going to have one. Just I don't want to talk with my mouth full. That's
True.
all right. Hey, you guys, thanks for coming. I
Thanks.
appreciate it. And also, lobsters Benedict. Oh, yes, I like the sound of that
hungry.
too.